In a small, quiet town, there was a young man named Ethan. He worked as a carpenter and loved creating beautiful furniture. He lived in a cozy little house, not too far from the market. Every day, after working in his workshop, he would walk around the town and greet his neighbors. One day, while passing by a large, old house, Ethan noticed something strange. The house had been empty for years, but now, there was a light on in one of the windows. Curious, he stopped for a moment. Just then, a woman came out of the front door. She was beautiful, with long dark hair and a gentle smile. Ethan felt something inside his heart stir. He wanted to know more about her. The woman noticed Ethan standing nearby and smiled at him. "Hello," she said. "I just moved here. My name is Sarah." Ethan smiled back. "Hello, Sarah. I'm Ethan. I live just down the road. It's nice to see someone living here again. This house has been empty for so long." Sarah laughed softly. "Yes. Feels like the house has a lot of history. There's still one room I haven't been able to open yet. The door is locked, and I can't find the key." Ethan, being a carpenter, offered to help. "I could take a look at it for you. Maybe I can fix the door or make a new key." Sarah's face lit up. "That would be wonderful. Thank you so much, Ethan." The next day, Ethan came over to help with the locked room. He brought his tools and started working on the door. As he worked, Sarah watched him, and they began to talk more. They shared stories about their lives, their dreams, and their hopes. Ethan found himself falling for Sarah with every word she spoke. She was kind, intelligent, and full of life. After a while, Ethan finally got the door to open. He smiled and turned to Sarah. "There you go. The door is unlocked." But as the door slowly creaked open, they were both surprised. Inside the room were boxes full of old letters, pictures, and books. It looked like the room had been locked for many years. Sarah stepped inside carefully, her eyes wide with wonder. "This room is like a time capsule," she whispered. "There's so much history here." Ethan nodded, looking around. "It seems like someone left all these things behind, like memories frozen in time." As they started to explore the room, Sarah found a small, dusty journal. She sat down and opened it, reading the words written inside. It was a love story, written by a man who used to live in the house many years ago. He had loved a woman deeply, but they were separated by time and fate. Sarah read the words out loud, and as she did, Ethan couldn't help but feel the same emotions in his heart. He knew that his feelings for Sarah were growing stronger. When Sarah finished reading, she looked up at Ethan with soft eyes. "It's so sad, but also beautiful. Love can survive even when people are apart." Ethan nodded, his heart beating faster. "Yes, love can last through anything. Sometimes, it just takes time to find the right person." Their eyes met, and in that moment, They both knew something had changed between them. The room, once locked and forgotten, had now opened up new feelings and a connection that couldn't be ignored.
Moral.
Sometimes, unlocking the past can reveal new beginnings. Love can grow when two people share their stories and understand each other deeply. Over the next few days, Sarah and Ethan spent more time together, sorting through the old letters and treasures in the locked room. Each box they opened seemed to reveal more about the love story of the couple who once lived there. The man's words were full of longing, regret, and hope, and the woman's letters were filled with affection and promises. As they read more, Sarah and Ethan found themselves reflecting on their own feelings. The room had become a symbol of something deeper, a connection that was forming between them. Every day they uncovered more memories, and every day they shared more of their own thoughts, fears, and dreams. One evening, as the sun was setting, Sarah sat by the window, holding the last letter from the old couple. She read it out loud to Ethan. "I have always loved you, and even though time has kept us apart, my heart has never let you go." Sarah read softly. Her voice trembled slightly, and when she finished, she looked up at Ethan. "I wonder if they ever found each other again," she said, her eyes full of emotion. Ethan sat down beside her, his heart heavy with the weight of the words. Maybe they didn't, but their love stayed alive in these letters. He said gently, "Sometimes love can survive, even if people aren't together." Sarah nodded, but her gaze lingered on Ethan, and he knew there was something unspoken between them. Finally, Ethan took a deep breath. "Sarah, I think I found something I didn't expect in that room," he said quietly. Sarah looked at him, confused. "What do you mean?" "I didn't just find old memories," Ethan continued, his voice soft but steady. "I found something new, something I never expected. I've fallen for you, Sarah." Sarah's heart skipped a beat. She had felt the same way but hadn't been sure how to express it. Now that Ethan had said the words, everything felt clear. She smiled softly, her eyes filling with warmth. "I feel the same, Ethan," she whispered. "I didn't think I would, but you've shown me so much kindness and patience. I'm glad we found each other." Ethan reached for her hand, holding it gently. "I don't know what the future holds, but I know one thing. I want to be with you, wherever that leads." Sarah smiled, her heart swelling with happiness. "And I want the same." As they sat together in the once locked room, the walls around them seemed to come alive with the energy of the past and the promise of the future. The old love story, once hidden in forgotten letters, had helped them discover a love of their own. In the days that followed, Sarah and Ethan began a new chapter together. The locked room, once a place of mystery, had become a symbol of their love, a love that grew from understanding, trust, and the willingness to open their hearts. They kept the room as it was, full of memories, but they added their own stories to it. New photos, notes, and mementos slowly filled the space, blending the past and present. And in time, just like the couple in the letters, they built a life together, one filled with love, laughter, and shared dreams. The locked room had opened more than just a door. It had opened their hearts to a future full of possibility. Moral: sometimes, love is found in the most unexpected places. When you open your heart, even old stories can lead to new beginnings. True love is built on patience, understanding, and the courage to share your feelings. Let's enrich our vocabulary with some new words. Tremble. Definition: to shake slightly because of emotion or nervousness. Example: Sarah's voice trembled as she read the last letter from the old couple. Longing. Definition: a strong feeling of wanting something or someone. Example: the old letters were full of longing for a love that had been lost. Affection. Definition: a feeling of liking or love for someone. Example: the woman's letters were filled with affection and promises. Unspoken. Definition: something that is felt or understood but not said out loud. Example: there was something unspoken between Sarah and Ethan as they shared their feelings. Confused. Definition: unable to think clearly or understand something. Example: Sarah looked confused when Ethan told her he had found something unexpected. Steady. Definition: stable, calm, and without changes. Example: Ethan's voice was steady as he confessed his feelings to Sarah. Skip a beat. Definition: a phrase used to describe excitement or surprise when the heart seems to stop momentarily. Example: Sarah's heart skipped a beat when Ethan confessed his love. Swelling. Definition: growing larger or more intense. Example: Sarah's heart swelled with happiness after Ethan shared his feelings. Trust. Definition: confidence in someone's honesty or ability. Example: their love grew from understanding and trust. Mementos. Definition: objects that remind you of a person or event. Keepsakes. Example: Sarah and Ethan added their own mementos to the room, mixing old and new memories. Possibility. Definition: the fact that something might happen or be true. Example: the locked room opened their hearts to a future full of possibility. Patience. Definition: the ability to wait calmly or accept delay without getting upset. Example: their love was built on patience and understanding. Mystery. Definition: something that is difficult or impossible to understand or explain. Example: the room was once a place of mystery, full of forgotten letters. Courage. Definition: the ability to do something difficult or face danger, even when you are afraid. Example: it took courage for Ethan to share his feelings with Sarah. Confess. Definition: to admit something that you feel or have done. Example: Ethan confessed his love for Sarah, hoping she felt the same way. Blend. Definition: to mix or combine smoothly. Example: the old and new memories blended together in the room. Share. Definition: to tell someone else about your thoughts, feelings, or experiences. Example: Sarah and Ethan shared their dreams and hopes with each other. Survive. Definition: to continue to exist, especially in difficult situations. Example: the old couple's love survived through the letters, even though they were separated. Reflect. Definition: to think deeply or carefully about something. Example: Ethan and Sarah reflected on the meaning of love as they read the letters. New chapter. Definition: a phrase that means starting a new phase or part of life. Example: Sarah and Ethan began a new chapter together, full of love and hope. Moral: knowing when to trust, to have patience, and to reflect on love allows new beginnings to flourish, even in unexpected ways. I hope you loved the story as much as I enjoyed sharing it. Don't forget to subscribe for more great stories. Come back soon, and until then, keep spreading kindness.